This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin with breaking news. Unsealed court documents are shedding new light on a catastrophic crash that killed a 21-year-old Fargo man. 19-year-old Elijah Vestens is charged with criminal vehicular homicide, failure to report a death, minor in possession of alcohol. Police say 21-year-old Isaiah Johnson was in the car with Vestens at the time of the single-car crash. He was thrown from the passenger seat and died from his injuries. Vestens later admitted to drinking before the accident. An 18-year-old in Moorhead has been shot, and police are looking for a gunman. Around 1:30 this afternoon, police had the area of 40th Avenue South in Moorhead blocked off. They found a man who'd been shot in his lower abdomen, but the man who shot him had taken off. Police are continuing to look for him. Authorities put a nearby elementary school on lockdown. That's now been lifted, and they did a canine search, which was unsuccessful. Well, enjoy today because our weather is taking a bit of a turn for the weekend. Here's Hutch with a look at what's in store tonight.
Excellent advice, Stacy, as we've enjoyed temperatures in the near 40-degree range for many and 50s for some. Here is a look at what we are experiencing. Mostly sunny skies in the south with hit and miss sprinkles showing up on the radar there where you see the greens. Up north, coming out of Winnipeg, a little bit of a snow shower activity that's pushing into northwest portions of Minnesota. So this evening, get out and enjoy. Right now, 43 Fargo, 45 Oaks. Look at Sisseton, 50 degrees there. And up north, things are very fine in Grand Forks, 40 wonderful degrees at this hour. Here's your planner in Fargo. Temperatures sneaking down into the 20s by bedtime. So get out while the 40s are there. We will not be out of the 20s all weekend. It looks chilly with snow that could accumulate for some. I'll have hour-by-hour details on all of that nonsense here in just a couple of minutes. But for right now, that sunshine behind me is calling my name.
You're going to head outside?
Got to take an observation.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Well, one man is now charged with attempted murder after a shooting in Valley City. Police say it happened just after 7 in the 500 block of 11th Avenue Southwest. The victim told police he woke up to find 26-year-old Alex Meridian standing above him holding a gun. He says he grabbed an unloaded rifle. That's when Meridian shot him in the stomach. The victim is still recovering in a Fargo hospital. Charges have now been filed for a wanted man accused of injuring 3 people in a downtown Fargo shooting. 43-year-old Brandon Grant is considered armed and dangerous. Court records show he has now officially been charged and a warrant is out for his arrest. His charges include 3 counts of attempted murder and 3 counts of aggravated assault with a dangerous weapon. Earlier this week, police said all 3 victims were still in the hospital with serious but not life-threatening injuries. Call police if you have any idea where Grant might be. A man is in jail after firing a gun inside an apartment in Grand Forks. Police say it happened around 2 this morning on 17th Street South. 24-year-old Jordan Stone told police it was an accident and he didn't think the gun was loaded. The shot went through the floor and into the apartment beneath his. No one was hurt. Stone was arrested on charges of reckless endangerment. President Biden has ordered what's believed to be his first military strike on Iranian-backed militia fighters in Syria. It comes as the Biden administration gets tough with a key ally, releasing an intelligence report claiming a top official in Saudi Arabia personally approved the killing of a journalist. Alice Barr has the latest tonight from Washington.
President Biden standing up to Iran, one of America's toughest adversaries, and also Saudi Arabia, one of its most important allies. In his first known military offensive, the president ordering an airstrike on Iranian-backed fighters in Syria. Retaliation for a series of rocket attacks on U.S. targets in Iraq that killed an American contractor. The Pentagon calling it a proportionate response.
We're confident in the target that we went after. We know what we hit.
That military strike making headlines the same day the Biden administration announced new visa restrictions on dozens of Saudis after releasing an intelligence report blaming Saudi Arabia's crown prince for the 2018 murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The sensitive information was largely ignored by the Trump administration, but the current White House is making it clear it will hold the Saudis to a different standard.
We want to make sure that that partnership is clearly advancing our interests and reflects our values.
Meanwhile, the airstrike in Syria ratchets up pressure at the same time the Biden administration is working through diplomatic channels to try to revive the Iran nuclear deal.
This is also a signal to our allies, to NATO, to our allies globally, that this is an administration that is willing, when necessary, to use force.
Local reports indicate the U.S. launched attack killed as many as 22 people. The Biden administration seeking to balance military might with diplomatic pressure in an effort to shape policy in the Middle East.
The White House says it briefed congressional leadership before ordering the strike and will give lawmakers a full classified briefing next week. A North Dakota lawmaker could soon face legal action accused of sexual harassment and making threats. Documents outline a pattern of alleged sexually aggressive, lewd and threatening behavior by State Representative Luke Simons. The information was released yesterday after an incident Tuesday at the Capitol cafeteria, where Simons accosted a pair of Democratic lawmakers over a disagreement about wearing a face mask. Lawyers claim there's a history of Simons making comments to lawmakers reaching back as far as 2018 and that party leadership knew about it. Simons is denying all allegations. Tonight, the FDA panel unanimously recommends Johnson & Johnson's vaccine for emergency use. Researchers believe it's the key to battling the virus, but it comes with a new warning from the CDC. Jay Gray has details.
Lines at vaccination sites are stretching out across the country right now. In some areas, teams even going door to door to sign up patients. To this point, 14% of Americans have received at least their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine.
Well done.
The reality is the nation is far from done with the process or the virus. For 6 weeks, new infections, hospitalizations, and deaths had been slowly declining. But those who follow the numbers closely are concerned about a new trend.
Cases have been increasing for the past 3 days compared to the prior week.
A jump that could be the result of new strains of the virus.
We are watching these concerning data very closely to see where they will go over the next few days.
In the next few days, there could be a new weapon in the battle against COVID-19.
Janssen's vaccine offers logistical and practical advantages.
A panel of experts today considering FDA emergency authorization of Johnson & Johnson's vaccine. That medicine requires just one shot, can be kept in a normal fridge, and appears effective against the new virus variants. Final approval could come in the next week. Still, doctors stress
to continue to double down on the public health measures that prevent the transmission.
For now, masks and distancing are the only real way to win this life or death fight. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Here's an easy way for you to stay on top of the latest COVID vaccine related information. Use our VNL vaccine tracker. Visit our website or simply open your phone camera and point it at the QR code on your screen, then tap the link that pops up. This Saturday, Gray Media, which owns Valley News Live, is partnering with the Grand Ole Opry to help bring in donations to Feeding America. Chris Jansen and Travis Tritt are among several artists that will appear, all in an effort to help people who have been affected by various disasters so far this year. The show will air live this Saturday on both KVLY and KXJB at 8 p.m. If you and your family are looking for a winter theme and fun events this weekend, we have you covered. Throughout the weekend in downtown Fargo, you can check out a drive-through food truck fest, watch the film Fargo on the big screen, and enjoy some coffee and cocoa. The event is called Frostival, and almost all of the events are free. Local business owners tell us they're thankful to see attendees after the year they've had.
People have, been looking for things to do and places to go during this winter time. It's been kind of tough with kids at home.
You can see the full list of events right on our website, valleynewslive.com. We're counting down the hours until kickoff as the Bison travel to take on Southern Illinois for their second game of the spring season tomorrow. The pregame show starts at 11 and kickoff is set for noon. You can catch all the action right here on KVLY. Coming up, we'll show you how the community is joining together to honor an unclaimed veteran.
Temperatures soaring into the 50s for some to the south and west of Fargo and Gwinner. We did hit 50 today. It was a great start to our Friday, a great close to our Friday, but heading into the weekend, we have cold and flakes in the forecast. I'll have hour by hour details right after this.